let's take a look at authentication service documents again. From document, add a Firebase to Flutter, scroll it down, and then here is authentication part, and then get started. If you scroll it down a little bit, it shows check current auth state using auth state changes method there. So from Firebase auth.instance, if you call auth state changes method, you can listen to the changes of user authentication. So if user authentication information changes, meaning that sign in or sign out, you can activate, you can invoke the provided function. So you can always listen to the latest changes of user authentication. Using this mechanism, using this method, we are going to design the start dispatcher screen there. So start dispatcher, which will never be rendered on the device, but it will determine which screen should be rendered. So instead of returning the text widget, we can return stream builder widget there. Stream builder, you can specify what data of a stream you are expecting. We are going to use user information from authentication service. The user class is coming from package Firebase auth there. So there, and then stream has some of those information. So let me ignore the auto-generated code. And then here in the stream builder, one of the parameter we are going to utilize is stream parameter. Let me accept this code. It looks good there. So stream parameter specifies from which you are going to receive a stream of data or stream of object. That is a Firebase auth instance auth state changes there. And then we can give what is the initial data. Initial data is null. Null here means user has not signed in yet. And then builder is once you receive an object which is of a user type, what do you want to do? So that is a builder part. You should define a function highlighted here. This function will be called whenever you receive data from the stream. So context is build context. The snapshot is async snapshot. If I give the full data type, context is build context, and the snapshot is async snapshot type is there. So what it does is as follows. If a snapshot connection status is waiting, then circular progress indicator, so some spinning wheel. This means that this current Flutter app is waiting for connection to the Firebase authentication service. And then it has data. Some data is coming in, and the data is not null, meaning user has signed in. And then the data is null, meaning user has signed out. The user has signed in, so we render home screen. Otherwise, we render sign-in screen. Home screen, let's import, always import a relative path. It's in the same folder, so you can use it directly without the package. Sign in, same thing. Never use a package, but use a relative path information. And then one more thing we want to do is when user signs in, we want to record the actual user object. So that is in snapshot.data. So let's define a global variable to store the current user. So Firebase controller, let's define a variable user nullable named current user is there. So user is a class defined from auth package, and this is the global variable I'm going to use in this app. So when user signs in, current user is snapshot.data, and the user signs out, is also that is the case. So current user is null. That's null information. So that's how the dispatcher works. So listening to the authentication changes, then launches either home screen or sign-in screen. So at this moment, we have not attempted the sign-in yet. So if I restart the app, it will show sign-in screen. So this part is launched.